Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of My Garage Roleplay. Alright, so we are just pulling up here at Tom's shop because we are here to pick up our little Nff Truck, which you can see over there in the distance. So let's just get this parked up. So we are in fact connected to the trailer back there, and yeah, it's sitting a little bit squatted, as you can see. So I did notice when I passed in here that Tom has got a car in his garage. So we'll have a look at that in a second here. Some airplanes again. Alright, yeah, so it looks like Tom has got a client who brought in a very beat up Mercedes. He did mention to me that he's going to need a little bit of help with this one. So apparently there's a couple of problems on the engine, so I might have to come and help him take the engine out. And also there's some suspension problems that I know of, so yeah, we'll see. It all depends how much help he needs, but I think the bodywork he should have covered. So yeah, there's not a lot wrong with this car mechanical wise, but yeah, I think on the bodywork and the engine work there's quite a bit to do apparently. So yeah, we'll see once he's ready for us, and yeah, obviously he's going to pay us for the work we do. So yeah, as you can see, our Firebird parts has been painted in the original red color, because that is actually the winning vote color that was voted for on the channel. So yeah, all these parts are pretty much painted and ready to get done. I think Tom just about finished painting the car in the booth over there, so we can go and have a look. Once again, I'm not sure where he is. He is a little bit camera shy, so I don't really think we'll ever catch him on camera. But yeah, this is our Firebird, all nice and painted up in the original red color that we had it in, and it is looking much better. So I can't wait to see what this thing looks like when it's all put together. So hopefully in the next episode we'll be able to come and pick this up and take it back to our house. So yeah, maybe drop some comments down below if you guys think we should keep it or should sell it, because we are going to be making a little bit of money, but also I'm a little bit concerned with space at our house, because we don't really have a lot of space. So yeah, there's that problem. So we might actually ask Uncle Richie if we can maybe keep it at his house. So yeah, we'll see. I see Tom still has the paint in here, so there is the color code on the can over there, in case anybody was wondering what the color code is of our Firebird. So yeah, if you want to paint the car in the same color, be my guest. But this is actually the reason why we are here. So this is our Nff Truck. So Tom was kind enough to pull it out for us. So yeah, let's get this thing fired up and load it on our trailer over there, and then can get it back home and get it assembled, because we've got quite a little bit of work to do today to the yellow Lad. Well, it's not very yellow at the moment anymore, but yeah, the car that will eventually be yellow again. So that is something we need to also work on today, but my main priority will be to try and get this thing assembled, because I'm not very keen on towing much with the Lad Coupe anymore. So yeah, let me just get this thing loaded up on the trailer quickly. Alright, I think that should do. Let's get our handbrake up and foot off the brake. She stays. Okay. Alright, we are a little bit off to this side, but I'm sure that'll be fine. So let me get this lowered down. Okay, so yeah, let me just reach the handle over here. Alright, and I think we are on. Don't know if I'm going to be able to just push it slightly over, but I think that should be okay. We are going to take it easy, and it's luckily not very far. It's just literally up the road and yeah, up the hill over there. So yeah, this will be a true test for our little car, and how it's gonna go up the hill with the trailer and the little truck on the back. So let's be off and see how this goes. Alright, so we made it safely back to our house over here, and immediately you guys will notice that I have in fact had a little bit of a construction going on over here. So what I've done is I have basically mixed a little bit of cement and managed to throw this slab here. Now I must say I haven't done this alone. I had a couple of guys help me, very friendly neighbors in the area. So Tom was also here. He was over there mixing cement and chucking it on the ground here, and we managed to get it fairly straight. And we also planted 2 tall poles, because my idea is to put a little bit of a roof over this eventually. I'm just waiting a little bit for money to come in, because obviously this is not a very cheap exercise, doing home improvements, as you will know. But yeah, we are definitely getting somewhere, so do stay tuned. Once you guys get back, you will see in the next episode we would have continued a little bit maybe. So yeah, that all depends on money. So I was thinking of doing a little bit of a carport up until here somewhere, so that at least if it rains, we don't really have to walk in the rain back to our car or to our garage. So we'll also have maybe 2 lights or so fitted to it, so that'll make it a little bit lighter at night as well, and also a little bit more secure, especially if there's going to be thunderstorms and, you know, hail falling from the sky. So yeah, definitely do stay tuned for the updates on the house. So we've also got our parts for the NIV in here, and then pretty much from the last episode we went to go and look at the donor car over there, which has arrived. So we do have this basically to work with, and I have actually cleaned up the front panel that's going on the car already, and I sort of washed the door just to get an idea of what color this car was, because yeah, I'm going to check with the owner of this vehicle, who I'm going to disclose his name now. He is in fact Runis, the very same gentleman who commented on one of my earlier videos, on my earlier episodes. So he's actually hosting a race. I believe it will be the island race, I'm not too sure, but if you guys are willing to or wanting to participate in that race, please do join my Discord in the link below this video, and then yeah, you can ask around there a little bit, because there's actually a very nice price that is up for grabs on that as well. So I myself might also participate. It just depends on what kind of vehicle I need to get together for that. But I think it will be in the category of a, you know, something like this. So it all depends, I'm not sure. But yeah, getting back to the donor car. So we will be cutting these panels off today, hopefully, and getting them welded to the car. So I've already got my welder ready over here, and then we'll see how this thing comes together. But first I'm going to turn my attention to the Nff Truck over here and see if we can get this thing first of all offloaded and put back together. So without any further ado, let me get this thing unloaded. Okay, so there we have it. She is at least off the trailer now, and yeah, that was quite a little bit of a mission with our driveway at this angle. The trailer kept slipping all the way to the side, but I managed to get it off. And I just want to disconnect this from the car and just push it sort of out of the way over here. I don't want to bang up on newly painted NIV as well, so let's just push it over here for now, because obviously I don't want to put too much weight on the newly installed cement over there. But yeah, let's get this thing in the garage so that we can start putting parts back onto it. So I haven't ordered the interior bits just yet. I will get to that eventually. I'm not too sure, but I think for the moment that's not really something that is a priority. Alright, so I'm gonna jump in and see if I can get this thing put together. So I think what I'm gonna do for this one is put you guys on a little bit of a time lapse, so you don't have to watch every second of the car getting put back together, because it is actually very straightforward. So I'm gonna need a wrench and probably a screwdriver. So here we go. Alright, so there we go. Our little Nff Truck is pretty much put back together with all the parts that we have. So I know I'm missing a couple of bits and pieces over here and there. So we are missing a rear bumper. We still need to get a fuel door for this and do the interior. And yeah, these blinkers, so far everybody commented that I should just keep it the way it is. So yeah, I'm not gonna fiddle with that then. So also in the future for this vehicle, we will be changing the engine to an inline 6, because I remember, yeah, I told you guys we built that engine over there for the Nff Truck, and I'm not too sure if I should put an automatic gearbox in it. Might actually have to order a new 5-speed gearbox for this, because I think that'll be a little bit better. But before I continue work on the little coupe over there, I want to just do one more thing before I forget, because next time I want to use the truck for towing, and then this isn't going to be mounted. So let's just go ahead and make sure we put this back now while we are at it. Alright, so 2 bolts over there, and that is pretty much sorted. And I think this truck is looking a little bit better. At least it's obviously not perfect, but yeah, at least I don't have to be shy to drive this thing around anymore. It's not that old rust bucket that we used to have. Alright, so now we will be having a look at some of the parts that I ordered for this little coupe of ours. So as you may notice, the engine has been removed once again. That has actually been sent back to Spartan because he is busy with a couple of changes to the engine for the owner. Because after I got it back, the owner, he messaged me and he said that he wants to do a little bit of custom paint work on the engine. So that has been sent back, and we will see whatever they do to it and then put it back in. So what I am busy with here actually now is I'm going to first of all take off all of the body kit parts, because these parts I'm going to keep for my own lad coupe. So pretty much this rally hood will go on our car, as well as the whole body kit, because we got this with the car. So we are just gonna come and pry these bits off, and then hopefully they will just snap back onto our car, and then we've got a body kit. So I did notice when we got the car that there is actually another spoiler inside of it. So I was thinking, since we've got this one, I think this one over here is actually the matching set for this body kit. So we will put this one on our car, and then we will pretty much mount this one on here for Runis's car. So that'll give it a little bit of a touch of, you know, a body kit. So we're going to remove the whole body kit pretty much, and then this will go onto our car once it has been painted. So I'm sort of going for a matte black finish on all of these bits except for the hood. Or I'm not too sure, maybe you guys can give me some comments. Do you think we should make the hood black as well? Although I'm not too sure how that's going to work out with Lars's design he's got busy going for me, because I did chat to him a little bit, and he is busy working on a decal or a vinyl sticker for our little coupe over there. So you guys will definitely have to stay tuned for that once that is being done. And also we are going to need some wheel spacers by the looks of it. So definitely, yeah, as I said, stay tuned for that. Okay, so I believe that's all of the body kit parts off of this car. So we don't need to take anything else off with the pry tool. So I'm going to start by cutting bits off that car now. So I think once again I can put you guys in a little bit of a time lapse for this, but first we just get my wrench also, because there's a couple of bolt-on parts that we need to take off first. So yeah, sit back, relax, and enjoy this. Alright, so there we have it. Those are pretty much all of the panels mounted to the car and welded in place. So I don't know if I maybe missed something somewhere, but I see it's already starting to turn dark outside. So there is not really much I can really do further on this, except for mount the hood from our Lad Coupe onto this, and then maybe just temporarily mount this one on our car. So luckily we're not going to be driving around too much with it at the moment. So I did want to show off this fancy little tool that I got myself. So this is pretty much a color meter. So it basically takes any damaged panel or panel that you may have around the shop, and it gives you the color code that it was painted in before and also the current color. So it actually reads the colors on the panel, and that gives you an idea of what the color code is, which is what I have done for our little tray above the firewall over there. So that is pretty much how I have touched that up. So obviously I'm not going to paint the whole car in rattle can, and this still needs to be washed. So this will be done properly, and seeing as Tom is very busy at the moment, I might actually have to get into touch with Uncle Richie and Andy to hear if they are going to assist me with this. Otherwise I'm gonna probably have to do the bodywork myself, you know, painting and everything. But yeah, that's something I'm gonna have to do with rattle cans then, if that is the case. Unless if I can just pretty much prepare the body, make sure all the panels are smooth, and then maybe just book the paint booth on a day which is not busy. So we do have a little bit of rust here and there, but nothing too hectic. So we also got ourselves some new interior bits for this car, and I did order a brand new grille. So this is something that can basically go back on the car now. So let's get that fitted. Where did I put the... Of course, it's back in the toolbox. So we'll grab this, and then we'll mount this, and also the interior. I think we can also sort that out. So we do have a brand new shifter and handbrake lever, as well as a new driver and passenger seat. Let's just put this over here for now, because that's going to be in the way. As for our remains of the rake over here, I will see if I'm going to maybe sell this on, or maybe just see if I can get it around the back sometime. I'm not too sure how that's going to work, but we'll see. So I might keep it around for some spares, although I don't think there's a lot of spares available there anymore. But yeah, let's get into installing our two seats here quickly. It should be fairly quick and easy. I know I forgot to tighten down the gear shifter. I'll get to that in a moment. So we've got a new racing seat for this side, and also one for the driver side. So let's get this sorted out. Alright, so in goes this seat. So the only thing that we really need for this car is the engine. Then this thing should be able to move again under its own power. Obviously I did put on one of my wheels. I just cleaned it up a little bit and gave it a lick of paint, just so that we can move this thing around eventually. But I also ordered some new wheels and tires for this, which I'll probably go and pick up in the next episode. Depends on how busy this gets. Come to think of it, I can actually mount the radiator as well now, because this is also something that can go back in the car. So this is in fact the radiator that came out of the car, but it has been replaced after the accident to try and save the engine from overheating. So that was actually very clever of him. So what I'm gonna do now is pretty much take the hood off of our car, so that we can get a hood on it. Alright, so this is going to look very interesting in my opinion. Alright, so there we have it. So I think Let me see if I can get this one fit to my car outside, because obviously I don't want to have it standing there outside. This will probably go back in the garage before I go to bed again tonight. I'll see I can probably pop the truck in the shop over there, or the other way around, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, that is definitely looking odd. So maybe give me some ideas, comments. Do you guys think matte black or the same green as the car for the hood? My apologies, it is a little bit dark. It's already like 7:30, so yeah, I pretty much almost have to go to bed. But yeah, I think either black or green will look good on this car, but I'm leaning more towards the green, because I think it might mess around with the vinyls that we're gonna apply to the vehicle eventually, so we'll see. I will definitely check with Lars first and see if it'll work on a black hood as well. If not, we will stick with green rather, I think. But maybe just also drop your comments down below, say what you think. So let me finish off by just installing this lever back into the car. Alright, so there we go, and I also still need to tighten down the shifter over there, which hasn't been done yet, so let me just do that quickly as well. Alright, so that is zipped down as well, and now I just need to think about everything I need to do still for this episode. I'm pretty sure that is that. So I just want to mention that I had to get the suspension parts. These parts that I installed were all new parts, and I also ordered the taillights on the table. So yeah, the suspension parts I had to put on the car because obviously I needed the jack stands for the donor car over there. So that is why I decided to go ahead and just do that and knock that out of the park. But I think let's get these taillights mounted. So we obviously need to either get some new bumpers for this or see if we can get some second-hand bumpers for it. I'm not too sure exactly what the owner would like on the car, but I actually like the look without bumpers. But yeah, it'll all depend on him. Okay, so let's get these taillights zipped down. Alright, so let's grab this one quickly. Alright, let me just lean in here for these two screws back here. And there we go, just like that. This car is pretty much put back together all in one day. And I think our little Nff Truck over here is looking much better. And we've got our cement laid over here, so that is looking good. So I think the thing that I can do now, I'm not going to make you guys watch this. I'm going to see if we can get this thing cleaned up a bit. So I'm going to put it in a little bit of a time lapse, but I'm also going to be ending this video right here and say thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate every view and every like. And also remember to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I will appreciate it very much. But yeah, I think until the next episode, cheerio.